Hey, good morning. I don't get on here a lot. Typically, I leave any vlogging to my YouTube channel, any think pieces I put on my YouTube channel. But occasionally, something happens or I have a train of thought that I want to share. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, I wanted to just highlight 3 things that you want to make sure you pay attention to if you decide to partner with someone who already has kids. I'm at a phase in my life where being a bonus mom is out of the question unless their kids are already like young adults and out of the house. I found for me that the parenting styles that I have versus how a lot of other people parent, the guys that I've dated parent, is just not compatible at all. Not compatible at all. And I'll go into what my parenting style is a little bit later in one of the points. So the 3 things you want to make sure you're on the same page with is number 1, lifestyle and spending habits. So if you are someone who believes in laying your head in luxury and that's a priority over looking luxurious, then you want to make sure you have a partner who that lifestyle is compatible with. Even if you're opposite, there needs to be a very secure foundational understanding of each other and acceptance of each other's desires, and it somehow needs to be balanced out. Otherwise, you'll have somebody who is judging you for what you're wearing or not wearing, and or how you live and how you choose not to live, right? So what that will look like in an example is if you believe you should have a family compound sitting on 15 acres with a private pond out in the country and drive a bucket, then you meet somebody who would rather live in a 2-bedroom apartment in the city in a low-cost maybe neighborhood, and drive a Bentley or Porsche, then you guys are going to have very different ideas of how money is spent, where it goes, that kind of thing, okay? Have to pay attention to that because that can make or break a potential relationship or marriage, all right? One of the main reasons people get divorced is because of money. The number two thing is, of course, parenting styles. If you have children, if they have children, if just one of you has children, or if you plan on having children together, you want to pair with someone who has similar parenting styles. Otherwise, your life's going to be hell. A great example, like for me, my parenting style is more, I'm a present parent who remains active with my kids, or remained active with my kids, of course, when they were smaller, day to day. We were doing like weekend trips. I felt like they should explore the world, even down to like who I chose to associate with while they were growing up. I was big on exposing them to people who were of great character, people who were good at the things they did, positive, didn't have a lot of like crazy weird habits that would be detrimental to like their lives. Because what happens is association brings about assimilation. So if your kid is associated with certain things, they're gonna inherently pick them up, right? So understanding that, I knew that I would be limiting their contact with certain types of people for their own benefit, and so that they had great examples of how to navigate life, right? Because I can be an example all day, but they need to see that in different ways. So that was one thing, because you may end up with somebody who is okay with them going over their grandparents' house, and the grandparent likes to, let's say, go gamble, go to the casino, and leave all the kids there at the house to do whatever they want to do, right? And if you're not the type of parent who will be okay with that will cause issues in your relationship, your marriage. So you want to avoid situations like that. So make sure your parenting styles are the same. And even if they decide to parent their kid a certain way, or kids a certain way, and you had your own way, there would still be conflicts, because the kids, as they get older, they will say, well, such and such gets to do this, and why can't, and so it just causes a lot of contention. And ultimately, it'll fall on the parents to try to resolve and cause issues. All right, and the third thing. And I would say one of the most important things would be someone who is resilient and is able to like navigate the ebbs and flows of life, right? Of conversation. What that looks like is, are they resilient? Do they get stuck easily? Do they get stuck on a conversation? Do they get stuck on an idea that's negative, whether it's negative about themselves or negative in terms of you or your relationship or whatever or anything? Are they able to move forward in a way that is growth oriented and conducive to a healthy relationship being built, right? Because the thing is, if someone can't move forward in small areas, and the way you gauge that is you see, are they becoming a better communicator over time or a worse communicator over time? Do they hold grudges? Do they hold things against you? Do they bring up stuff when they're mad? Like that kind of thing. Are they doing things to build, or are they doing things to destroy, right? So typically when people are doing things to destroy, that means they're stuck on a certain way of thinking, a certain way they see you, and that's not going to be good long term, okay? So when they can't move forward in small things, I guarantee you they will not be able to move forward in big things. When it comes time to make life decisions, when it comes time to make moves, do things together, they're going to be that turd in the road. I hate using that term, but whatever. It's a military term, and basically it's that bump in the road that is just in the way, right? And you don't want to have a situation where you're committed to someone who is standing in the way of y'all progressing because of their mindset, right? So the three things again are views on lifestyle and finances, parenting style, and resilience. So those are the key three things that you want to make sure you're on the same page with, especially if there are children involved. If you're unable to match those three things, at least 80 to 90%, it's better to go ahead and be single and stand your ground in terms of the quality of life, thinking, and parenting that you want, and just lock in and do the best and give the best that you can. And then later on, when other factors are removed, like your kiddos are grown, that kind of thing, then you can choose a partner that's best for you only, and you don't really have to worry about a lot of the small things, that the idiosyncrasies of merging households or becoming a bonus parent, because you're already locked into who you are and what you want. All right, be blessed.